What the fuck? I don't know why it just seemed like something started. Anyway, I think I just missed my whole intro. Okay, but anyway, fucking yeah, I had something I thought, you know, some other people might relate to or have, I'm saying, be willing to comment to. My mom has had, I think, three husbands. My brother and sister. I have one brother, one sister. Both of them are from the same dad. They're before me. They're older. Fucking and then my mom met my dad, and then I'm the third of the kid, the litter. So, and then yeah, so she first had my brother and sister's dad, and then after that came my dad and me, and then so her third husband is what I want to talk about. Her third husband, I was like 10 or 11. We were living in Texas, and then we moved to Oklahoma. And then, yeah, I was like 10 or 11 when the first time I saw him. His name is Reda Benani. He's from Morocco. And I actually think my mom's last name to this day is Benani. Bennani. Yeah, I believe so. I believe that's a Moroccan name and stuff. So, yeah, so while I was just thinking about to myself and shit for the last like hour, and then I just felt like, I don't know, maybe someone can relate to something. But, all right. So, all right. One thing about that. So, I'm 10 years old, and me and my mom moved to Oklahoma. My brother and my sister, they're older, and they're not living with us and shit. So, we moved to Oklahoma, OKC, fucking MacArthur, and Northwest Expressway, or something like, what I'm saying, in a townhouse. So, my mom's always been a waitress. She's mostly been a waitress all her life. That's how she met my dad. I know in Hallmark, fucking in Central Texas, fucking and then this is how she met fucking her third husband, fucking Reda Benani. Okay, so she's always been a waitress. Aside from now, the last like 15 years, she's been an esthetician, but she's always been fascinated with pimples and skincare and shit like that. And it's cool to see like after she was like 45, she finally like took to a business that she, what I'm saying, relates to more, or whatever. It's cool for her. That's good. That's empowering. That's enthusiastic, or it gives me hope. It's like, I'm 35. Who knows how long before anyone. But anyway, so the point I was thinking of was okay. So I was about 10 years old, 11 years old when me and my mom moved to Oklahoma. She's waitressing up there, and she met her third husband, Reda Benani. Now this guy, she is like almost 40. She's almost 40 at this point. All right, and she's a single mom again, fucking and this guy, he's like 28. He's a 28-year-old. He doesn't look good to me. I mean, I ain't gay and shit, but well, whatever. I guess there's like I don't know, like a 10 year, 13, 14 year difference or whatever. So and anyway, the thing I was getting at was, so she met this guy whenever she was waitressing, I guess one day, and they I guess they clicked or whatever. But coincidentally enough, this is, he's he doesn't have a green card. Okay, and of course I don't know the laws now, but back then I guess you had to be married to an American or whatever for like 4 years to be able to get your American status or whatever status. And I don't know. It just seemed a little. It always seemed a little coincidental to me because I was like 11, so it's when I first remember seeing him or walking in on them and stuff. And so yeah, he was. They were together for like when I was 17, and they broke up. Fucking is when I came back down to Central Texas. That's so they were at least together for like 6 years, I believe, something like that. But anyway, now not to try to lead on in any way. I mean, this is what I'm getting at. What it just seems a little it always seemed a little suspicious to me. It's like, so I don't know how long before they got married, but they got married, and then they were married for a few years, and they were doing good. Fucking, they had a nice. They were renting from a nice. He's a real smart guy. And he's a nice guy. He's not a bad guy. He is, don't take, if you take anything, he's never been, he's always made my mom feel real good. He's always been real kind to my mom, and he was real kind to me too. He happened to catch me in my like years when like my 13 and 14 and 15 years. Hell, I spent like a year or two in sanctions and a year or two in detention, and then I went to the boys' home, and I even went to ROTC Thunderbird for like a week or two up there in Oklahoma and shit. But yeah, he just happened to catch me in my teen years or whatever, my rebellious years. But my suspicions, or whatever, what it could be seeming like, who knows? Fucking but coincidentally enough, yeah, he was. So they ended up getting married. They got married, and then like right around the 4 year mark, like right before, he was telling my mom something like his dad, like he was talking about something like, there's some kind of diplomatic immunity, like foreign people or whatever. Like I don't know if he said that he was part of the royal family in Morocco, or if he knew someone, or I don't know. But I remember him specifically saying a story like, yeah, there's a like certain people can come over here and they'll have a sticker. They'll have a sticker on their car. You know what I'm saying? Like a regular tag or whatever. And like they won't get stopped, or, they won't be treated the same way. It's a different. I don't know if you say, but anyway, towards the end of their marriage, he was bringing it up like, yeah, my father, like apparently he was saying they're real like culturally oriented or some shit. Like he's like, yeah, no, my dad doesn't approve. They don't approve of me marrying or being with an American or American woman or some shit like that. I don't know if it's they want to be confines in their religion or culture or whatever. But it was a little coincidental. It's like, because I don't know if I can't say for sure. I don't know. Like if whenever he first met my mom, because my mom is she was a little bubbly. She's a little bubbly. Okay, she's a good woman. She's got a good heart. She really does, and she's done good. She's worked hard all her fucking life. She's a good person. She really is. She has good intentions, but she is, a little bubbly, and could be a little narrow or not. She's a good woman. All right, fuck you all. You know what I'm saying? But so I don't know if this was. She's like damn near 40, and he's like 28 or 27 or something. All right, so they meet and they start seeing each other, and then they ended up being together for like 6 years. So. But it always seemed like as I got older, what I'm saying, it always seemed a little coincidental that, like I think like right after the 4 year mark, whenever, for his green card, that they ended up splitting up. I don't know. Now, the thing is, I don't know if he had this intention from the beginning. I have no idea. Or I don't know if it was, spent 2 years or 3 years with my mom, and then it started going downhill, and then, all right, he was like, all right, well, might as well do the last year and fucking. But regardless if any of that is true, I have no idea. Regardless of any of that, I'm not saying anything bad about this man. Reda Benani, he's a good man. He was always he was very good to my mom. My mom loved him. He was good to me. Fucking, I was a kid, and then I started fucking up and doing all my shit or whatever, but he was still like very proper. He was very proper, and he's a smart man, and he's a good man. I got not one bad thing to say about this guy, okay? Don't get me wrong. I have not one bad thing to say to me or to my mom or to any of my fucking family, all right? Reda, if you happen to be seeing this, fucking, I haven't talked to you since I was very small, but I'm sorry, this is just something that's always been on my mind a little bit, but but that doesn't take away. I mean, I don't give a fuck. To me, if you were willing to and want to be with my mom for a while, liked her enough to do it, and gave her 5 years of happiness, I'm glad for that, man. I appreciate that. I really do. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you had intentions on just marrying someone for a few years and then fucking splitting up with them. I don't even care about that. All I know is, yeah, mom, she was tore up a little bit for a little while, but here it is, like 15 years, 20 years later. All right. She's fine. She's fucking fine. All right. I don't care. I don't even care if that's what you initially, and I ain't assuming that's what it was or whatever. But I'm just saying, I don't give a fuck about none of that crap, man. To me, you made my mom happy, and you treated me and her very well. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. I don't give a fuck if you were just planning to be married for 4 years and then fucking do your own shit. I don't even care. to me, fucking you did is fine. I got not one bad thing to say about you, dude. I'm sorry I hadn't reached out to you yet since fucking, but yeah, I appreciate that, man. Even yeah, I appreciate my mom. Even in retrospect now, she was for a little while, a couple months or whatever. She was feeling bad and stuff about it for sure. But here it is, like 20 years later, and I know she's doing well now, and she's been doing good. And I'm sure if she really thought about it, she'd appreciate the time too. And I do. I don't give a fuck. I'm saying, well, I give a fuck what my mom thinks and feels, but I appreciate it myself anyway. So, all right, all that out the way. So anyway, my mom's third husband, yeah, it just seemed a little coincidental because it was just like they just happened to be married like around exactly like 4 years or whatever. So, I'm not saying I'm sure there's probably all kinds of bad, fucked up dudes, but this guy, he is a good guy. Fucking, he was very nice, a lot more proper than me, and a lot more well mannered and all that shit. He's a really really good dude. I appreciate him being in my life and my mom's life too, for real. So I don't even give a fuck about that. But yeah, I think the topic, or yeah, I was mulling over to myself. It's not the first time in my life, but I don't, not too often I think about it. It's like, well, I do wonder if like from the very beginning, I wonder if he was thinking in that mindset from the very beginning, or if, I'm saying he just wanted to, had a girlfriend or whatever and have someone to hang out with for a while. And then, after they got married a few years later and then started, I'm saying not liking it so much or whatever. And then, started like, well, might as well just ride out this last little bit of time and go ahead and get this shit in. So yeah, so I guess the topic for this video would be green card. I think something like that. I think that's what I was thinking at. But anyway, I just wanted to get this done on camera while I was thinking about it and it's fresh and shit. But yeah, so yeah, dude. I mean, regardless, even if that was his fucking thought from the very beginning, he still supported my mom. He helped her. She was a waitress, and he's more into like business, and like they were working at Sprint. He got her. She was waitressing all her life, and then he got her at the call center at Sprint for a while, and then she started branching off and doing different things, and she was happy the whole fucking time. He was very nice, very good dude, very very nice man. I respect him actually, and I appreciate it. Fucking but yeah, so I don't know. That was a topic. It's like it did seem to look, and I wonder a little bit about it, but I got not one bad fucking feeling towards him about it. I don't give a fuck. And I'll bet you, even if I talk to my mom and like I'm saying Saturday and talk to a little bit about it, it's like, well, I'll bet you appreciate those few years, fucking right. Because I know you're doing all right now. You're doing, what I'm saying, fucking. It would have been, I don't know if she knows and all that shit. I wouldn't mind knowing, but I'll bet you in her heart, fucking, she's like, well, he did help. He helped her a lot, fucking through, I'm saying the time he was with her. He helped her a lot, and I appreciate that. So, all right, I guess that's, I think the top's going to be green card, but don't, what I'm saying, that could be a controversial or fucking a bad note type deal, but yeah, no. But that's just, something I was thinking on myself. It's not the first time in my life. I don't think about it often. But yeah, I just happened to be thinking about it, and then I thought, I could make a video about it and see if anyone has any thoughts about it with me too. All right. Later, y'all.